Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
What's going on, freaks? It's gonna go dark for a second. Gray, why is this gray? Gray, what happened? Gray. I just told you it was going dark for a second. Oh, okay. But it's longer than a second. All right. Well, I put out a video earlier today. It did okay, but it's not really doing that great compared to other ones. And yeah, so here we go again, you guys. Another night. I thought I'd go slowly through it, but first we talk about a couple other things first. The hell was that? Oh yeah. Really, John? What'd the governor lie about this time? You guys, all the conspiracy people, you guys are... Why did he say that Tyler got changed on the roof? All that other crap. Well, maybe he just didn't have all the information right at the time. He changed in the woods, all right? And maybe at the time they weren't sure. Yeah, like he's the governor. He's not an investigator. But hey, guys, while you're watching the show, if you feel like you want to help support the Grant Hughes Investigates YouTube channel, that would be great. Yesterday, despite streaming for 5 hours, it was our worst night, the third worst night of the month. And then the video, you know, it's not a, they don't give you a copyright, it's not a strike, they just say, you can't have the video out there. It was the Charlie Kirk thing. So now I removed it, it was in members only, but it's not, can't be, I mean, I guess what it was the music that's in it. You know, that's why I keep saying, well, we can't play that. So I guess I could have deleted that, and the chat's gone, and then it becomes not really that great. I know, it is a good video. I don't know what the hell's happened. And that video should be the one that everybody sees. The one I just put out today. If you watch that, you're just sort of left with, oh yeah, I see it. But if you want to be a conspiratorial person and not... you know, see things almost intentionally, like willfully ignorant, then you wouldn't watch it. I guess that's what it would be. Like you're avoiding something that would, I guess it would be confirmation bias, where you're not going to watch it because it would affect what you might think. It goes through the whole thing. Yeah, it should definitely have more than 24,000 views. That's, I mean, I put videos out, they got 200 that aren't anywhere near as good as that one. Right, so did you guys all share the video as you were watching it? Or I'm not sure how it just sort of died that quick. That's one that YouTube should be promoting because it's a truth. Not the stupid conspiracy theory nut job videos that are out every single day. How about you don't snap at everyone before you understand what they're saying? That may help your cause. Okay, John. How about you don't come in and just start saying stupid shit right out of the gate? The governor's a liar. He doesn't know what he's talking. You know, like he goes up there and gives a speech. He's not an investigator. He said he changed on the roof. Big freaking deal, man. I mean, just get over it. It's not a conspiracy. All right. Now, if it is when I say not a conspiracy, what I mean is there isn't another shooter and this guy's some patsy. This guy is the shooter. Who cares, John? Focus on the reality is we know that he changed in the woods because that's what the investigator said. I don't care if he said it. John, you're if you make any more comments, I don't have to time you out regarding this. Okay, I'm done talking about it. It's irrelevant to anything. All right, you're just sort of wasting time. All right. Hey, thank you, Alley Cake. Going for a wave up there. See if that can get something going here. Marvin Guns. I bet Tyler Robinson was getting egged on by radical left lunatics to kill. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. I mean, in fact, I'd almost... There's no way that somebody could get that much hatred from Charlie Kirk's his debates and what he's saying. I mean, it's pretty weird that somebody would go that extreme over somebody. So it almost feels like there was something going on behind the scenes. You know, I think if there is a conspiracy, it's going to be like in the forums online, that kind of thing. All right. Let's see. Thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. That was a short-lived wave. Alley Cake did a wave challenge up there, you guys. Let's see if we can get moving there. Let's see. Oh yeah. So first off, how the big conspiracy is that the Trump's administration got Kimmel taken off the air. And it just isn't true again. I mean, we're back to this Russia. You know, it's just this thing that people use all the time. Yes, Trump said, yeah. I don't know if you guys watched Hannity tonight. I mean, I just saw this clip that he threw on while I was getting ready for the show. And it showed a million times where the left said, oh, we got to start stopping this speech that's being, over here on these different networks and so forth. They did the same freaking thing that they're accusing this administration of doing, except that's not what happened, because Jimmy Kimmel's show is going to return tomorrow, and right down here it says, last Wednesday we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation and an emotional moment in our country, the Walt Disney Company, which owns ABC, said. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive, the statement said. Plus, his ratings are shit, so they said, well, this is a good time to get rid of him. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. Disney did not say whether all ABC affiliates, some of which balked at carrying Jimmy Kimmel live last week, would carry Tuesday's show, and a whole bunch of affiliates are not going to be covering it anymore. All right, here's the truth. Jimmy Kimmel sucks, okay? He's not funny at all, and all he is a political hack that's supposed to be doing a 1-hour comedy, sort of fun, relaxing show, and he doesn't do any of that at all, okay? Thank you, Sandy Shirley and Marvin Guns. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the truth. Does anybody really watch Kimmel and get a good chuckle out of him? Like, you watch it and you go, God, that was good. And by the way, that guy did some of the most disgusting stuff when he was younger, okay? He's just an absolute joke. You think he's funny, Kathy? Wow, what a ridiculous. That's insane. God. Wow. There's not one thing he says. Oh, I get it. You just agree because you're... I see. Yeah, Leno, Carson, they were just absolutely classy, you know, when they would laugh at something. Or make jokes is what I meant. Remember that? I mean, he's not funny at all. That's the weird part. I'm funnier than he is on some nights. I mean, he's just... he's a clown. But that isn't funny, though. But see how this... nothing in here says that they were pressured by the Trump administration. Did you guys notice that omission there? Did you see that part, how that was missing? That's just what they want to say, Gray. They were probably warned by the administration not to say that. Ooh, that's what Kathy from Texas would believe, I bet. Let's see. Considering... He's just an... Yeah, it's crazy. They always say the same thing. Yeah, see, there's... Didn't I tell you guys? I told you, Kathy, right there. Can I get a boom? You guys, I'm the amazing Kreskin. Look at this. I told you that that's exactly what she would have said right before she typed it in. That's amazing, isn't it? How you can just predict the... it's amazing, isn't it? God, that's crazy. Let's see. These people always end up being the victim. Always, always, always. That's pretty funny. I was pretty good, though, you guys. You gotta admit. I did. I predicted exactly what you were going to say. Did you expect them to say anything else? Has been going on since before. Yeah, it's been going on for, yeah, like 10 years at least. 16. The Man Show. They did really, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what he would do, but now he doesn't ever take any responsibility for it. Well, you're a dumb person, so I don't know what to tell you. Whether people want to hear it or not doesn't matter. You're welcome. Love the freaks. And thank you, Gray. I wish I could do. Well, thank you. What do you mean? Did you send? I didn't see anything come on the screen. Did you send it somewhere else, or maybe I'm behind? Oh, is that on PayPal there? Thank you. And I get emails every day from Gray, you gotta look at this video. Look at this guy's video. You gotta see this angle. This is where the real shooter was. Gray. You know, I mean, I can't say. Here's what I can't say, everybody. Like, is there 1 in a billion chance that there's something else going on with a shot? I guess I have to say that there's 1 in a billion. But I'm 100% convinced that Tyler Robinson is the shooter. Okay? That's it. Now, if you want to go out and investigate the 1 in a billion, you go right ahead. I don't think he had... I don't know. I still can't. Nobody ever seems to want to answer definitively the body camera. It seems like Charlie Kirk's wife basically said he wasn't wearing one. She tried to convince him to wear body armor, and he wouldn't do it. That's what she said. So I think that's a pretty strong statement, unless you're a conspiracy nutter who will think otherwise. Oh, he actually had a vest on because blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Tyler Robinson is the killer. It's just, if you watch my video today, it's just really clear, and it's kind of simple. It's a simple thing that he did. He just had it planned out. Everybody's looking in a different direction than where he was. I mean, think about it like that. Everybody's there to watch Charlie Kirk do the turning point event, and he's walking behind all of it. Slowly, methodically, moving his way, goes up to the roof and shoots. And he's behind where everybody is, where they're actually around watching. Yeah, if it was a great video, everybody, I hope you guys go out and share it, because it actually absolutely just sort of collapsed later in the day. It just went... I mean, it's unreal, you know. He was not wearing... Yeah, and the ER surgeon... well, when did he say that, Todd? I think we read something about how it was, you know, it was lodged in there. I thought we heard that. I mean, I don't know. My brain is... There's so many different things that come in. I don't remember the ER surgeon saying that. But you guys, if you guys could please help support the channel tonight, so we can have a night where I'm not having to ask again. We just seem like we're just keep having those where it's just sort of a struggle. It'd be nice if we get the support for the channel, because we're coming up to... We've got 8 days left in the month, and we'll be sending in... we've already given 2,000 out so far this month, and I just give out a portion of the income that comes into the channel, a large portion. Right, yeah, people saw it and they thought it was great. Did you go out and share the video? You know, that's how it kind of moves forward. Hey, did you see this, you guys? Hey, did you guys see this? And then it moves. If it doesn't do that, hey, thanks again, Evo. I don't know how to pronounce the rest of it. I mean, I don't want to say your whole name anyways, but Evo. An ER surgeon wouldn't say that. Oh, that you, DJ? Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Nah. Everybody always says that. They're not a conspiracy theorist. They're just curious. If you just look at the information, it's almost like there are very little things to be curious about. Just things that are like, you know, yeah, we just like stuff like, okay, where exactly did he put a rifle in the wooded area? Where did he change his clothes precisely in there? Where did this and this? That's really kind of where you're at. It's not like one of these things where we're still looking at angles, you know. There isn't a... You know, the shot angle isn't something that anybody is... We know where the shot came from, right? It's not confusing. Well, thanks, Lisa Belson. What the hell? Were you cheating on me? I know, I didn't do a show yesterday. I should have, because, yeah, my channel just got wiped out. I mean, not wiped out, just didn't do well yesterday at all. Ah, jeez. Funny how the crime scene... you know, when you say stuff like that, it's insane, okay? Yeah, they took cameras out of there. The FBI was there in 15 minutes. I'm sure they did a lot of different things. And then after they investigated, took all their photos and everything, then they opened it up and they cleaned it up. All right? But they should have kept it there until trial, Gray. They should have marked it off until trial happens. The jury has the right to go and look at it. So they should have left the stage up for 2 years, and they should have... Does that sound familiar? Yeah, remember that? Yeah. So, like in the Idaho case, everybody wanted the house to stay there for years and years and years until a trial happened. But in this case, I don't hear the same thing. Why didn't they leave the tent up until trial, you guys? How come? Because it doesn't make sense. That's why. Well, the doctor said it hit the bone. I think the theory that I put out in The Bullet live stream is the most likely, you know, something related to that. you know, the bullet tumbling as it hit. Now let me type something in there. And by the way, guys, after I said, hey everybody, if you're out there, if you can help support the channel, nothing. Right, so if you have the ability to, that would be great. We got to keep on moving through the rest of the month. All right, let's see. Is a shot that is tumbling. Let's see. Shot with a 30. Okay. A tumbling 30-6 can still hit a target, but it will be highly inaccurate and unpredictable. A bullet only travels straight and true when it's properly stabilized, and tumbling indicates a major loss of stability. Tumbling causes the bullet to fly erratically, making a precision shooting impossible. Instead of cutting a clean round hole in a paper target, a tumbling bullet will often keyhole, leaving a tagged oblong or sideways shaped hole. A stable spinning bullet has a predictable flight path. A tumbling bullet is affected by air resistance in an inconsistent manner, causing it to veer off its intended path. Let's see. I mean, if you ask how far off it'll be, depending on wind, etc. But maybe there wasn't that much wind down in that little bowl area, so it would still kind of go forward, but it would sort of be like a knuckleball in baseball, where it's kind of going like that. And I think he was probably aiming for his head, and then it hit his neck, something like that. I don't think, I don't know if it would fly like 10 meters to the right or something like that. Yeah, it's just a large entry hole, Todd. Did you see that? It's a large entry. An actual bullet would have just gone through and made a small hole and then blown out the back. If it was in a spiral, you know, like the tight spin. Thanks, Michelle H. God, man. I think the whole, you know, like the, I don't know. People don't realize what we do on here. I mean, on my channel, every single night people support the channel, and we've given $262,000 out since January of 2020, and that's how it happens. So if you're watching and you like the work that I do, you just consider, like when you do shows, tipping the channel for the work we do, and that's how the only income that comes in on the live streams. There's no ad revenue whatsoever. Even if you're seeing ads, it's terrible. Nope, whatever, lodged. Yeah, I don't think it's ludicrous at all. Boldly go. It's actually the only thing that makes sense. Because as we learned the other day, a tumbling bullet might go from 3,000 feet per second to 1,500 feet per second. And it's still going to penetrate into the neck, but it doesn't have enough velocity plus the resistance of it being sideways will make it have a way better chance of lodging in the neck after going in, but has a huge impact, like boom, you know, like, and it really creates a bigger surface area of what do you call it, like the shock wave. So you can believe whatever the hell you want. I don't know if that's what the theory is or how it would work, but the gun matches a gun that might do something like that. You know, an old 1906. And so they're probably doing test firing of it to see what, with that same ammunition, what the results are. And what we also read was those older rifles have a specific barreling effect that might spin slower, and then the new bullets that you use require a much faster spin rate to stabilize. And because the rifle wasn't for that bullet, it can just be shot out and then start tumbling. Yeah, 1,500 feet per second is very powerful, but you know, when the bullet's sideways or kind of turning a little bit, it doesn't have the same penetrating, you know, like through and through power. It's just sort of, it's like a massive impact, like a slap, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain it. Just kind of picture it, though. That's why I think that's why his shirt, that was a shockwave that went up his shirt that looks like a plate underneath it. That's my opinion. Yeah, it's just a theory. Yeah, I'm not saying this is absolutely what happened. Thanks, Allie Cake, Linda Howe, and Tater. Hello, Megsy. Wound was terrible, whether or not there was an exit. Yeah, it was. The shot actually killed him. He was dead. You could see he was not even alive. I mean, he was still obviously alive on impact, but he was absolutely like unconscious immediately. That shockwave just boom, and he was out. He wasn't struggling or anything on the ground. He just was out cold. Never woke up again. No, the medical examiner report hasn't been released. I'm just telling you what I think is, you know, and Kash Patel, you know, he's like, I don't know, man. He's just, let me go find that one tweet that he did the other day. Yesterday. Yeah, I think this is it right here. Yeah, he just sort of, you know, he makes things like conspiratorial sound, you know, like he's looking into the crazy nutter theory BS that you see out there. As the director of the FBI, I am committed to ensuring the investigation into the Charlie Kirk assassination is thorough and exhaustive, pursuing every lead to its conclusion. The full weight of America's law enforcement agencies are actively following the evidence that has emerged, but our efforts extend beyond initial findings. We are examining every facet of this assassination. We are meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location from where the shot was taken. Well, we know that, Cash. The possibility of accomplices, the text message confession and related conversations, Discord chats, the angle of the shot. Well, we know the angle. It came from on that roof there. And bullet impact. How the weapon was transported. Meaning in his pants. This part. I mean, the hand gestures observed as potential signals. Well, you know who these people were. They were his security. They weren't signaling anybody. Okay? I mean, it's just crazy that he's actually bringing this shit up. Potential signals near Charlie at the time of his assassination and visitors to the alleged shooter's residence because people saw weird cars driving around. Yeah, so I don't know if, you know, maybe there is something to that angle, you know, the cars driving around. I don't know. But the fact that he's looking into the other things makes me skeptical of that, too. All right, you guys, we're currently at 1/12 of a goal. So you can do with that with what you may. Some details are known today, while others are still being pursued to ensure every possibility is considered. And it says, our primary focus is to complete this investigation and deliver justice. To protect the integrity of the investigation and the subsequent prosecution, we cannot release every piece of information we have to the public right now. We will ensure every question is addressed at the appropriate moment. Regarding specific details such as questions about the plane, see, look at this part. The plane that allegedly turned off in a transponder. Why are you looking into this crap? It's stupid. You know, you got these crazy conspiracy theories that people put out and you're addressing them. I mean, I guess it's okay, you know, like instead of letting the conspiracy theories fly out there, it just seems so I'd like to have him say, yeah, we've heard ludicrous conspiracy theories about this. Let me tell you about this. So he goes, regarding specific details such as questions about the plane that allegedly turned off its transponder after departing from an airport near the assassination site, we can share updates when answers are confirmed. After interviews with the pilot and consultation with the FAA, we determined the transponder was not turned off. Incomplete flight data in rural areas caused the apparent gap. Now, the conspiracy theorists won't accept that. Now, that's not an answer they can accept. The entire FBI mourns the loss of Charlie Kirk. We will not rest until justice is served, and our investigation into this assassination will continue until every question is answered. All right. Man, it's a tough one tonight, Alley Kick. I can tell you that. It's been like that. Yeah, he just doesn't need to talk about any of these things over here. Just come up with your report. You don't need to bring up, the hand gestures. What a joke. That actually makes, just the fact that he's talking about it puts pressure again on these people that were just standing there. Maybe, it's just, it's weird to me, We know who the hand gesture people were. That was his security, but we don't even know if those were hand gestures. I mean, literally, people can just be doing whatever with their shirt, etc., We don't know. And so I just think he shouldn't address... I mean, at some point, that's when you address it. Like, we've looked into all the different theories out here. Here's the angle of the shot. This is the trajectory. We have found no evidence of any conspiracy theorists that were on the ground. No hand signals, nothing like that. You just sort of address it once it's finished. Because if you leave it out like that, people are all, ooh, the hand signals. And they're going to keep looking at those people. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know. He's been kind of frustrating, especially when he first came out and said, the subject in the shooting of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. I mean, that's definitely a statement of a fact that you've got the shooter. And then an hour later, we've released the subject after we determined he wasn't. Well, you should have done that first before you said anything, right? I mean, that's kind of obvious. Put a 1 if you think that's how, that's how you're supposed to do it, right? You interview the person, and if after that, if you still think you got the guy and everything lines up, boom. But you don't say that, just sort of jump the gun really quick. I don't care what side you're on. Oh, I like Cash Patel, though, Gray. It doesn't matter, all right? You just got to tell the truth. That's what we need in the world is truth, truth. There it is. There is no excuse for that. Nothing. That made me angry at the time. Do you guys remember that? I was going, this is stupid. I liked him in Congress the other day, what he was saying back to some of these people. All right, you guys, so what's the chance so we can get the support up for the channel? You can see in the chat, you can observe that we're absolutely struggling yet again. So if you have the ability to help support the channel and get us moving towards our goal, I just put something on the screen as something to shoot for. That isn't even the goal. That doesn't even make it there, and it's still at 0. Yeah, you have to agree with that. I mean, that's just almost like that's a really horrible mess up, I think, to claim that you've caught the person and then later say, well, it's not really the person. I mean, that's just, not even an hour, 2 hours later. I've already got it figured out, Mr. Coffee. Thanks. Yeah, I don't. Your email's not gonna help or do anything. You're just another conspiracy theorist showing. Ooh, look! You can show there's no keyholing. You can't, man. There's one frame that you see an entry, and then after that, nothing. You don't have a close up at the autopsy or anything like that. Thanks, DJ. And there's Megsy gifting a membership to Jay Sands. God, see, isn't that crazy? Yeah, we've all seen the image. See, you're sending me an image of a. Why do I know. We've all seen it. Maybe it was just if it's not a keyholing, it's a really slow bullet. Okay, because it didn't make it out. If it was a 30-06, it probably would have blasted out the back. All right. That's what we've heard from everybody. Yes, we've all seen that it's a roundish kind of look, but you're looking at a very pixelated video, and that just might be what it looks like once it goes in and blood starts coming out. That's it. Man, we need more momentum, you guys. More momentum. We got DJ up there and Megsy, and then it's makes it really tough. Yeah, I saw that, Shelby. Yeah, a bunch of idiots online raised money for Barry Morphew, the same types that would probably try to bail this guy out. What is this? Did he say something recently? I think I saw this the other day. Let's see. Hold on.
FBI Director we are meticulously investigating theories and questions, including the location from where the shot was taken. Text message and Trey, there's a lot.
Well, he's trying to do three things, at least three things here. Number one, the jury may have cash, and the prosecutors are now trying to answer. I mean, everything in a death penalty case is different.
Yeah, I love Trey Gowdy. I don't know. I actually would like to see Trey Gowdy as the FBI guy. I mean, he'd be great. Yeah, there's no hole through the shirt. I mean, that's something I was thinking about the other day. When people say it hit a plate, how come there's no hole in the shirt that we see? But I mean, at the same time, we don't really know if there is or not. I mean, we see these grainy videos that are not clear. People get shot and, it's like, oh, and they fall over. We don't know what anything looks like. I'm not going to look, Mr. Coffee. Look, please. Look. There's no hole in the shirt, man. You're a crazy person, man. Let's see. Yeah, like Trey Gowdy. Great. Yeah, he's cool. Okay, you guys see the goal at the top up there? All right. Very cool. There isn't a spot on the shirt. It's just the crazy, what do you call it? Like, just the way it looks when the camera's moving around. The shutter speed and everything, it's so fast, the movements, that you're not picking up things and there's artifacts. There really isn't a hole in the shirt, all right? It's just the truth, Mr. Coffee. You know, the bullet hit him in the neck, not the shirt. I guess we'll have to wait and see, though. Maybe there's more, you know, maybe it is a ricochet. If it's a ricochet, then there might be a hole in the shirt. But you can't tell if there's a hole in the shirt, Mr. Coffee. All right? You're not some CSI expert that somehow has the high-speed video that shows the impact. Yeah, it's Candace Owens. She sucks. I mean, what an embarrassment. I mean, you should hear her now. I mean, she's just, I think she's, you know, has some sort of a mental break of some sort. You know? Something's a little off. I mean, what happened to all of her investigation into Kamala's DNA and like her, I mean, remember how she was doing that? She was looking into where, you know, her heritage and everything. It's really weird. Yeah, I mean, everybody, I think, used to love Candace Owens. Or, you know, now she's just absolute joke. But the conspiracy theorists love her. Oh, God, she's the greatest. Yeah, something froze up over here. Yeah, it's not good. Whenever that happens, let's see. Is it gonna let me open it up again? Oh, good. Whew. All right, anyways, we got this Jimmy Kimmel's suspension might have been a factor in shooting at Sacramento ABC affiliate. The man accused of shooting an ABC affiliate in Sacramento last week may have been motivated in part by the network's suspension of late-night host Jimmy Kimmel, authorities said Monday. Wow, what a shock. Another lefty blowing away, trying to shoot people. It's just... There's circumstantial evidence that Anibal Hernandez Santana, 64, had a political motive, and this is NBC reporting this, so man, you got to know that was hard for them to do. The shooting Friday, Sacramento County District Attorney Thean Ho said. So there are some indications here that the motive behind the shooting of the ABC news station was political in kind, he said. We're still looking at investigating the case, but he chose a very particular target, and with the notes he left behind and the target in place and the recent dismissal of Jimmy Kimmel's show, I think there's circumstantial evidence there to show that this was politically motivated crime by the individual. In a statement, an attorney for Hernando Santana said he had not yet reviewed the evidence in the case and his client is entitled to due process. He is innocent until blah, blah, blah. Okay. Great. You always say blah, 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 you know, and this is what I was going to look at. Yeah, so guess what? Sacramento let him out on bond, and then the FBI swooped in immediately and rearrested him. That just shows you, California is broken, man. It's just... The lobbyist Anibal Hernandez, I mean, you shoot up a building and you get out on bond later the day? I mean, that's sick. A lobbyist, Anibal Hernandez Santana, 64 of Sacramento, was formally charged Monday afternoon in U.S. District Court with possessing a firearm within a school zone, discharging firearm within a school zone, and interfering with a licensed broadcaster. Thanks, says F. Yeah. Now, let's see. The charges, which carry maximum penalties of more than $250,000 in fines and up to 6 years in prison, were in addition to more serious state charges of assault with a deadly weapon, shooting into an occupied building, and negligent discharge of a firearm in connection with the incident on Friday. No clear motive was specified by authorities. This is on Friday. So this is what it said, though, down here. Mr. Hernandez Santana had worked for more than 20 years as a legislative advocate for health care, tribal, and labor interests, as well as other organizations. He was free on bond on Saturday when he was arrested again, this time by FBI agents outside his apartment, according to the federal complaint. He lives in Sacramento. Thanks, says F again. Thank you. Awesome. Why does it matter, Houdini? Let's see. So what the notes said were in the apartment for hiding Epstein and ignoring red flags. The note, and according to prosecutors, apparently referring to the financier and former friend of the president who was found hanged in a... Which, of course, you have to throw, former friend of the president. Who was found hanged in his jail cell in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. The note also appeared to refer to two top FBI officials, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and Charlie Kirk, the right-wing political activist. It said, do not support Patel, Bongino, and AG Pam Bondi. The note added, they're next. CK from above. I mean, this guy's a crazy person. And then down here he wrote, do the next scary thing. Their court documents say investigators discovered a gun and a satchel matching those used by the shooter, along with a whiteboard planner on a refrigerator with a handwritten reminder for that day, Friday, to do the next scary thing. Mr. Hernandez Santana posted bail in the state charges and returned home, according to his lawyer. He and I were working on his case over the telephone, Mr. Reichel said in an interview. He went outside to get a Coke or something and got taken back into custody by the FBI. Oh, thank God. That guy shouldn't be walking. Does anybody think that a person that does that should be sitting around at their house talking with an attorney? Like, oh, yeah. That's just ridiculous. It's insane. Now, you'll never be commenting in here again, Houdini. You said aside from, it's just like the ridiculous way to start a sentence. Aside from, didn't Erica Kirk look into the camera while delivering a statement yesterday? Why didn't she? Well, why is your brain not working? Have you ever thought of that? Why don't you look for that question? Where do you come up with these people? These people can't be real, man. Just get the hell out of here. Jesus. Yeah, so, I mean, there's no way in hell that person should be walking around. All right, so we're going to, well, this time what we'll do is we'll use the map as we're looking through the same video that I made today. Yeah, these people are crazy that show up in here. Just conversation. Oh, God. Whew. Yeah, it was good. No, hardly anybody watched it. So I'm trying to rely on you guys tonight to help support the channel, but we're currently we're at 1/6 of the goal, and we're just really sluggish. I don't know, is there something different going on today than a normal day? Yeah, some of those other videos, Raven, yeah. Today's video just collapsed right out of the gate. Or, you know, not collapse. It did better than some other ones, but I mean, it should be one of the higher viewed videos, not the low end, low range. Well, look at that. There's Lisa Belson. Somebody's out there helping support the channel. Thank you so much. Along with the other few that have helped tonight. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Lisa Belson. We got 10 gifted memberships there. Welcome all the new people out there. Right. Yeah, I mean, I talked to Gary after last night, and it's pretty, you know. I don't know. I told him I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it. I did go fishing today. We got there at we left at 6:30, got there at 6:45. We're in the water by like 7:10 or 15 or something. You know, you have to unload it, everything, get it all. And I did catch a 1.6 and a 2.6 pound largemouth. But I feel the first one I caught, you know, I let it, you know, you put it in the water and it swam away. And the second one, it's crazy. I actually, you know, those fish scales? So I took it out and I clamped it on and I was weighing him, and then I sort of let him rest in the water for a little bit. He just turned around and went, phew, and just ripped it out of my hand. And then there's like a bass swimming around with a scale stuck in his mouth. I mean, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I don't even, I've never had that happen in my entire life. I think I was just too relaxed, but then I saw it kind of coming up, and I waited around for like 40 minutes in the area, hoping it would just come up to the surface somewhere, and he never did again. But man, what a ridiculous, you know, I had him, I was weighing, and I let him in the water to get, you know, so he was healthy. And he just turned it immediately and went as hard as it could straight down, and it just pulled. I wasn't gripping it very hard, I guess. I wasn't expecting that at all, though. It was really bizarre. So I felt bad. That was a pretty good, that was a 2.6 pounder. Hopefully you figured out how to pull it off. Have you guys ever even heard of that? I mean, that's crazy. No, nobody found out anything. It didn't stop. It did like it rolled by. Yeah, it was so nice out there, though. Got a little cold for a little bit, you know, sort of windy. And then all of a sudden, the sun broke through the clouds, and then it got warmer. But I have it to the point where I can do it all by myself now. It was getting kind of hard. The kayak weighs, you know, like 85, 90 pounds, and you have to lift it up really high at an angle. But then I bought this other little thing that you put on the windows with suction cups. So you just lift it up a certain height. Then you get behind it and do like a squat and push it up there. So I was able to do the whole thing. And then when you go there, there's these steps that go into the water, and I had to put carpets on each of the steps. And then I have this little thing that you just, like a cord with a handle on it, and you just from the front and just lay it right into the water, fully set up and everything. That was crazy. It worked so good. I didn't need any help at all to do anything. So I think I could go if I wanted to all by myself. You know, that's what my goal was. The only part I was having trouble with was just putting it back on the car before. No, I've never caught a sturgeon. Yeah, that was such a... I felt so bad. I've been fishing for years and years. I've never had a fish actually do that. So now I'm looking into tethering the scale to the kayak, just in case something like that ever happens again. I mean, that way you could almost use it as a stringer and for, you know, like put them in the water for a moment while you're doing something, I guess. I don't know. The tent, it does seem possible that it hit the flag. I don't know. Random. Everybody just keeps looking and looking and looking for something, hoping to get something right. I think there's a lot of psychics that show up to different channels and they type stuff in and they screenshot it. And at the very end, when the reality comes in, they'll go and find the screenshot that's the closest to what happened and then tell everybody, look, see, I said over here. Oh my God, did you hear what that one psychic said? You watch. It's coming. Stupid Gilligan little buddy skipper. There's somebody out there. Man. Batshit. Oh! You guys heard that at the end, right? Definitely said batshit. As in crazy. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and... Did the guy who tweeted that he talked to the surgeon reply to... No, he didn't. Well, he's the guy. He actually spoke at the... No, wait. I think he was ahead of... The guy I sent it to was Andrew Colvett. So he's like the... I mean, I think he's kind of like one of the heads over at Turning Point. Or he's a spokesperson. He never responded, though. So... He hasn't even read it. Really? That's sad, Daniel. Let's see. I don't believe in psychics at all. I think they're just, you know, there you go. But he isn't related to Charlie, and the surgeon shouldn't have spoken to him direct. I don't care. Why does that matter? Summertime? I mean, you know what I mean? He could have spoke to him. Why can't he? He's a spokesperson. And if the wife gave permission that he could talk to the spokesperson, then he can speak to him. You know, I don't know. I just, people are looking for things. It's like they're just calm down a little bit. You know? Right. I mean, the wife could have said, hey, can you speak? I'm giving permission to speak to our spokesperson. Can you talk to him? And he talked to him. That seems reasonable to me. He's dead, you know. It's not like you're HIPAA or some crazy... Yeah, she could have been there also, right there, sitting in the room, you know, and they were all sitting there and he talked to him. Yeah, that actually makes a hell of a lot of sense. They're just sitting there. Yeah. I've had that too, Philip. One time I caught like a 10-pound goldfish. It was really just a carp, but it was gold. So it was like goldfish and carp are the same thing, basically. And like I cast it out a worm, and then I came back and I could see my pole like 10 yards out into the water. So I grabbed it and then I was able to reel it in. But yeah, it'd be suck if you never found it again. That's right, Michelle H. So again, you guys, we keep having these massive lulls. I mean, have you guys ever seen the lulls that we're having in here? It's just lull. All right. You know, I'm one of the few channels that probably deserves to be supported by the people watching. But if I was doing a conspiracy right now, you guys would be like, oh yeah, and supporting it. But I need support regardless because I don't do conspiracies, and just that alone makes it so your channel doesn't do as well. And let's let that not fall on deaf ears yet again. All right, here we go. We're walking by. And you know, on the map, this location is right over here. And that fence, it's right there. See that fence that's kind of sawtooth, kind of like that? That's it. And then you can just see how simple this is, right? It goes this way and then a left around the corner. So I'm just going to do, we're just going to watch this and use the map at the same time. And then you'll see. See, it's 11:40. Look at the time's perfectly synced up. You see that? And there we go. Yeah, I'm not talking to people who can't afford it summertime. I don't need, you know, we don't need explanations and things like that. What new? Well, no, because this is just some, when you say they, nobody found it. This is a friend of the Chuck guy that had the video, right? It isn't like, why is that even a conspiracy, though? IA Carp 87. I'm sure law enforcement said it the whole time. You guys are just crazy people, man. I just don't get it. It's bizarre, really strange. Everything's suspicious. Everything is sus. I bet law enforcement has like 200 videos of this guy moving around. They just aren't showing us because we are the public and they have an investigation to do. We're sort of lucky that we got to see what they gave us already. I'm sort of hoping they put out more surveillance video. I don't think that affects the investigation really once you've figured it out. Yeah, everything's sus, man. That's so sus. I can't, you know, that's one of the words I can't stand the most in the true crime / political world. You know, it's just, everything isn't sus. It just is what it is, man. Yeah, sure. Maybe they're sus. All right. So right here, I'll just go back a little bit just to... Right, so you turn and there's that first little dirt road right there. So from above, that's going to be right here, I think. Let me go down. I don't know if it's dirt. Well, it's a driveway. All right, there's the mailbox that we just saw. So he's basically rocking right there. And then you'll see this area, and then he sort of walks over and looks this direction. But in the TMZ video, what we're seeing is the guy runs out, Tyler Robinson runs out right here from behind. So that the shot that you see where he's kind of moving slower is from over here. But then you also see him running really fast right through this area. So he's probably heading back this direction to go up to his car, because we know that he came from over there somewhere when he came in. So he's obviously going to go back there. It's not like he parked here, walked way up there and then came down the street with a barrel in his pants. You get what I'm saying? So here we go, walking by the driveway. Massive lull alert, you guys. Lisa Belson was the last support, and that was, God, I don't even know. All right, here we are, maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. So this is the spot where the killer, Tyler Robinson, came running from, over here. Now, there is a wooded area there that some people speculate he threw something in there, too. Don't know. I don't think he was peddling it. He was just kind of letting the guy say what he wanted to say. Yeah, so we're just like right in this area here. Yeah, and then there's a second house. Thanks, Sandy Shirley. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, so basically right now it's right here walking by this, and from that camera, see over there, that's the exact view that camera shows right here. You see Tyler Robinson moving back here, and then he runs around and comes out right there, and that's all picked up on this camera. And I don't know if this shows it, but that might be it right there. Yeah, it looks like there's a camera right there. Right at the bottom of that. So that's probably it. How convenient that he lost the scale. I know, isn't that crazy? Definitely covering something up there, Mason Windu. Absolutely covering that up. The scale that would have shown the 2.6 pound, who would brag about that anyways? I mean, you know, I don't think anybody goes, you mention if it's like 4 pounds or, you know, I'm just telling you what the reality was. Yeah, 2.6 pounder, and then it falls into the, that was crazy. Yes, you guys, it was really 2.54. I just didn't want people to see it, so I threw it back in the water and let it pull the scale that had the evidence on it. At some point, somebody's going to pull that fish out of the water, and they'll look at it and go, wow. It says it was 2 point, you know, they'll know exactly. Yeah, I've caught bigger bass than that too, Philip. What a stupid comment. Let's see, I caught fish gate, come on, Gray. Yeah, I've caught bigger, I caught a bigger one, I mean, in the same lake, I've caught a over 5 pounder when I was a kid, but I was 18, so not 8. All right. Yeah, I know, Philip. It's just like I don't really, you know. It's like sometimes, what does that even mean? Like I caught a bigger one when I was 8. Is it true that you can't eat carp? Well, I guess you have to kill it and drain the blood out of it. Yeah, they're pretty, you can eat them. They're just gross. You know, they suck off the bottom, basically. Dave said he caught a fish bigger than an 8-year-old. What do you think about that, Philip? He actually caught one bigger than an 8-year-old. Kind of hard to tell, though. What if it was Augustus Galloop? You know, like when he was 8, he might have weighed 250 pounds. Okay. Mm-hmm. You believe who? Would you ever... Oh, the fish bigger than an 8-year-old. Would you ever kayak fish? Nah. I don't fish where I'm food. I actually don't even swim. I don't swim where I am food for some other creature. It's probably why I wouldn't really want to be pumped to go to Africa and go on a safari and be hanging out with lions and cheetahs and so forth, you know. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to have to try to make my pitch again here. So on this show, the people watching the show, you guys are the sole source of the income when I do these live streams. If you aren't supporting the channel, then the channel doesn't succeed. All right, so we need the support for the channel to pick up tonight because we're still not even at 50%. We're at like 40% of just a random low goal where I'm not even donating 5 memberships. So if you guys have the ability to, that would be awesome. We just seemed like what I'm saying isn't getting through to people. It is what we do here. I've been working really hard this month, putting out videos and videos. Some videos do terribly. Some that even did well, the ad revenue wasn't as good as it should have been. So I don't know, you know, what else to tell you guys. Right, I don't eat where I'm food. That'd be a good mug, right? Yeah, don't fish where you are food. Yeah, don't fish where you're a food source. Something like that. I like that way you wrote it, though. I don't fish where I'm food. Huh? Man, it just feels like I'm just talking to dead air a lot, you know. All right, back to this. So he's walking down. This is like the exact path. So right when it's about to get to that, right around in that area, heading across the street. Probably could have edited it a little bit better. It should have been about like right there. But, you know, just putting it there. Welcome, Philip. Yeah, so from above, you're just walking right there. And then it'll eventually, when it's passing, the little purple flowers are right here. Right there. And there's the purple flowers. And then walks by this driveway. And, Jesus. And then right there, cuts across right there. What kind of a comment is that, though, summertime? Like when you say, Is it better to participate in the live streams? I feel bad. I don't know what to make. Yeah, you just communicate, just talk and chat and stuff. Nobody. What do you mean by wasting time? Are you looking for affirmation or something? I don't know what you're saying. Just hang out, type, do whatever you're doing. You know, it's fine. Yeah, but I don't know what you're saying. Nobody said you're. What's making you say that? Summertime. The problem? I mean, it's becoming that if you keep saying those things. Just talk with everybody else, hang out, do your thing. All right. So here it comes over to the tunnel here. And on the map, that we just walked right across like that, exactly the way I have it right here. Just through here and then over to the tunnel. See that? See, it's right there. And then I just have him sort of hanging out here for like 2.5 minutes or so at the top of the tunnel because they said that he eventually went into the tunnel. Yeah, everybody just, you can chat away, do what you're doing. Right, and then this is where it just sort of pauses here for a little bit, like 2 minutes or so. And then, like, right around, I just have him going in, like, I mean, we don't really know. It's because he walked really slow, so could have been there for a minute and then walked a lot slower in the tunnel. Huh? Yeah, somber, right? There's the camera. He was standing right there for a while. Then he comes down the stairs and then goes into the tunnel. But this is exactly what he did right here. So I think he was about right here when that camera took that one shot. See, there's the camera that filmed him. So right where the cameraman, Chuck, is standing right here, that's where the photo, he was probably a little bit closer to the wall, but that's where that camera picked him up. So what that shot right there is filming back towards the camera. See how that would work? There's the ground, the angle of that's the ground right there, and then the wall goes up. So that would be from the other angle shooting back. Then he goes around in here and then up these stairs. That one shot was perfect. It was almost a perfect overlay. Once he gets to the top here. I sort of did it differently this time because we have photographs. I mean, this one's really close. You know, that was almost in the same spot. The garbage can, pretty close. Everything. Thank you, Sus F. You should change it to Sus. Sus F. Sus is F. There you go, Sus F. Change it to Sus as F. Yeah, see, you can see this is where he's going around. They're not perfect shots, but I mean that one's pretty good. See how it almost matched it up there, but just is what it is. Does anybody think that that's not the stairway that he walked up? All right. Gray, I don't know. We don't see his face. How do we know that's Tyler? And then comes out right here. And then up here, look at this. Watch how perfectly this makes sense. Here's the tunnel, right? And then remember how he went to the tunnel and took a right and then went straight upstairs going the other direction. So imagine him going around, then going that way, up some stairs, but it's underground, right? Goes upstairs and then this way, and then comes out right here at the top. That's exactly what we just saw. And then comes out right there. I don't know if we have... There's no street view here. And then, I mean, I think he chose this for a reason. This is sort of this, not really a well-used road here because it just kind of is for delivery and stuff like that. So he comes out here and then he walks down just like that. And then he, there's multiple ways. He could have gone this direction, over here, up these stairs. But I like the one where he goes up like this and then eventually right here. Then there's a set of stairs right there. You can see where it comes out. Goes up these stairs and then just walks right around over in this direction and then comes around to the front of the Losi building. And that's all in the probable cause document, that they see him walking in front here and then they see him go into the building here. So all of this stuff's on camera. They just haven't shown it to us yet, right? So that's what you're about to see here. For 15 minutes, he went to the bathroom? I don't know. I think he went outside and was checking out the event. See if it's even started yet. It's easy to do. He can't sit in the bathroom either. He'd be standing there looking really sus. He wouldn't be able to sit with the barrel in his pants. Yeah, his leg does bend. I mean, if I had $1 for every time... How come his leg's bending there, Gray? How come it's bending? Nobody said it went down his whole leg. It goes to his knee. He couldn't sit, though, Bruce. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's got the gun up his back, so it's kind of like a brace. Part of his back, down his leg. Alright, so this is that spot I was just showing you up in the air. Alright, so currently, let's go back right over here. Just heading up this spot right there. See? How's it working with the map? Being able to see it. I think it makes even more sense. I just wanted to do the visual from like the eyes. Basically all the surveillance footage and then Chuck's video of Chuck Keeler's video of walking. And then right here he goes up there. He just didn't do it in this video, but this video he goes to the Losi building. So what you do, see that tree? I think I explained it pretty well. Just I had to do an arrow, and then you pick it up walking right up there. And see that little spot, that landing right there? That is that one I just showed you a minute ago. It's right there. See that? Walking this way, and then we'll make their way up the stairs. I think that's so much easier. Thanks, Alley Cake. Yeah, see if we can get 25 more channel memberships, and we'll reach the goal. That's how far off we are. So if we can get 25 more channel memberships, then I'll donate 5 myself. That's how far away though. But see, this is a lot easier than there was another route that he could have taken, which is, you know, he's come down here, take this left, and then there's this really long staircase here. or stairwell, whatever you want to call it, stairs, a set of stairs, is a lot longer than this one. See, I think you would choose something like that instead of laboring up all of these stairs and then a whole nother set of stairs, like this whole thing and then that one. This one's just really simple, like 7 or 8 steps right up to the top, and then he makes his way around the building until he gets to this corner right here, which happens to be the same corner he jumps off of at the end. So law enforcement has him right here at 12 o'clock, kind of coming in like this, going in here at 12:02, and then they see the same person limping again up here on the roof, making his way over to here, limping. See how what I'm saying? This is all going to be seen later. Yeah, does this look like a crazy Monday where the support just drops off the cliff? Maybe that's what it is. No, she's stupid. Yeah, you're talking about that little trap door. She didn't say that, Aaron. No way. The real shooter escaped through a tunnel system? Oh my god. She should get a hold of the clown. Yeah, Candace Owens and the clown. From the Idaho 4 case. So right there, he stepped out and then jumped off. Hey, thanks, RN FNR. What does that stand for? RNF. Are you a nurse? I don't know what RN means. Run for something. And then, hey, thanks, Kim. Not your cup of tea. Gray, you are our cup of tea. Keeping it real for us. Hey, thanks. Yeah, we got to figure out a way, though, where the people that put out the reality, the truth, are the ones that get more support than the crazy conspiracy theorists. And I'm not saying there isn't a conspiracy on Discord or something where people were communicating and stuff like that. And I'm not even saying that there couldn't possibly be somebody from Discord in the crowd that was letting him know what the situation was, okay? I think that's definitely a possibility. However, I think he's absolutely the lone shooter. I think the evidence shows that there isn't somebody that was sitting around helping him in the crowd, but there might have been people sort of egging him on, cheering him on Discord. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube's doing. The video I made today should be seen 200,000 times. It's like what we're watching right now. This is what he did. Okay? So, basically he walks right here. It says it. I'll tell you what, just for the backup purposes, I'll show you. The probable cause document, something that people don't go over enough. It's right here. Watch this. So the suspect eventually put what appeared to be a cell phone back, this is at the tunnel, in his right pant pocket using his right hand. Surveillance captured suspect making his way towards the Losi Center. So that's where you see him. There's probably cameras on that street. I mean, hell, maybe we should... I guess we can't see because there's no street view there. So forget it. So right there. And then... in this area, it says at approximately 12:02 hours, the suspect was recorded, do you hear that? Walking on the north side of the Losi Center building, walking with the same gait as observed earlier, the limp. Suspect entered the Losi Center building through a set of doors on the southeast corner of the Losi Center building. All right, so if you go like this, the north side, well, there it is. Right where, that portion right there, that's the north side, walking this direction. And then southeast is right there. Southeast. That's the set of doors right here that he goes in. You see how it's just right there? And guess how that's seen and recorded. Watch this. It's right over here. On this camera, the same one, by the way, that filmed everything else, You can see it right here when the suspect was running across the roof, ran over here and jumped down. Notice how you can see right over here. You can even see it in the actual surveillance footage. Right there, you can see him walking this direction. And then he goes in there, and he's walking this whole way with a limp. Okay? I guarantee you that's what they have. Goes into this door here, and then eventually they see the person on that camera come up over here. Because I think that camera, though, well, it's a 360-degree camera, so they can pan over there. And then they can see him going up here. And then at 12:15, he's right over there. And at 12:17, goes over the fence and makes his way back here, I believe. And crouches down, assembles the gun in a hidden position. And then at 12:22, runs over here and then fires. And I think he fired at like 12:23:15 or something. What didn't Ben Carson mention the time he was shot in his speech? I don't know what date it was that he mentioned, but he might have actually given the time. Does anybody remember that? Because I remember he equated it to something like a verse in the Bible or something. Was that what he said? 12:24. Okay, well that doesn't answer it. He was actually shot at 12:23. It's close though. It's 12:23 something. Right. Are you sure? Yeah, so if it's 12:24, he was shot at 12:23 in that minute, you know. I guess it was in the 12:24 minute. Yeah, but you see right here, it says right there, at approximately 12:23 hours, Charlie Kirk was shot. I think I have it, the time very well. I mean, I had to do some assumptions because you see him standing up and running right when the gunshot happens. And then I just sort of assume he moved a certain distance, and then he's right here at 12:23:34. So I would think the shooting happened at like 12:23:20 or so, ish. Okay, that's what I think. All right, we you know when I said a minute ago we need 25 more channel memberships? 0 since then. So we're still at the same number. So if you guys can do, I don't know. Jeez, we need about 15 or 16 now because of those 2 super chats up there. So 16 channel memberships would be good. Okay, Ben said 12:24. I'm just saying it's 12:23. Yeah, we're at 0. Yeah, isn't that crazy, streamer? How about you? And we have 15 total, but we need 25 more. Well, it's in the. You could say, Ben, that it was, or you could say that it was in the 12:24 minute. Mm-hmm. Let's see. All right. So let's go back to this part. So here he is walking there. Welcome, RNFNR. Yeah, we're looking for 15 more gifted channel memberships from you guys. Well, make yourself available, John, for membership gifting, and then people will gift it. Yeah, you can get it gifted to you, John, if you make yourself. I think if you click on that membership just now. Look at Lisa Bell. Oh, come on, thanks, Lisa Belson. You're so generous. Thank you so much. But here's the door. So now he's right here. Look, right there. Maybe I should put. I'll just put the doors are here. See that? So he walked right there, goes into the door, all caught on camera, the same camera. But how come we haven't seen it, Gray? I don't believe it if we haven't. Well, we just don't see everything. They've got it all. They described it. They showed us what they wanted us to see in terms of, can you help identify this person? Or this is what we've got. It kind of matched the probable cause. Well, it did. It matched the probable cause perfectly, where it had these, a figure, holding what looks like a rifle. And I'm going to show you guys this. So if you're one of the... I don't know what it is. I think I need to make a video, you guys, where I go literally... That's all I do in the video is go frame by frame with the guy running on the roof. Because isn't it still the biggest conspiracy out there is that he wasn't holding a rifle? Okay, I can see it, man. I can see the damn thing. And it's not like I'm looking for... Oh, God, I got to see her. You can see it. It's right there. Should I make one of those? I think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go frame. I didn't do one like that yet, right? We've done it on the live streams. But I think a video is what's needed. Wow, thanks, Bruce Haldaway and Lisa Belson. Man, Holdaway. What would be, that would be a perfect name if you were like if you owned a trash collecting company. Isn't that a perfect name? That would be so perfect, that. Or like a service where you take trucks and you load it up with like junk or something and bring it somewhere. You hauled it away. Hauled away. Yeah, that'd be perfect. You know, like our Judge. He's a judge, right? Rifle was stuffed in his backpack when... What does that mean, Paulette? When jumping off the roof. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't, man. I'm sorry, you've been misled. It's in his hands. Oh, you mean the... Yeah, maybe the part of it was in the back. Or, I don't know. It was broken in... Well, it wasn't broken down, so it wasn't. Okay, so... He didn't break down the rifle when he was leaving. He got up and immediately ran out, so... Does chat know if Gray has seen... I don't... Hey, would you quit trying to sell a video? Bugsy Toe? I'm not interested, man. I just do my own stuff. Get what I'm saying? You keep typing it over and over and over again. Oh yeah, it's way more. I'm the outcast again because I'm not covering it in a conspiracy angle because I've seen nothing so far. And I'm just going to tell you, we've covered so many cases on here where everybody starts zooming in on pixels. All the other cases are the same. And that's when you just realize that this is just how it is and it's not reality. They just see things. Kanika Jenkins was probably the worst I've ever seen for zooming in on pixels. You didn't like that idea, Bruce? I thought it was a good one. Hey, thanks, Jess F. I'm sure you don't say it that. It's not spelled the same. It's not hauled away. But, man, it would sound pretty... You could just do it on the side. Like, purchase a company and make millions. But, you know, what a perfect name. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do over here. Just actively refute. It sounds good, but it's probably doesn't. It's not probably not even pronounced the same, Bruce. But anyways, thanks up there for those gifted memberships. Very kind. All right, here we go. Goes into the door there, and we're gonna play the video. And look how simple this is too. Comes in the door. I think I got the shooting sequence where it's just it's creepy actually. Goes in the door at 12:02, just like it said. And then maybe he does do what Bruce said, and he took a deuce standing up. But see where that guy's walking right there? This person? You can actually walk over there and see the entire stage. I think, well, let me show you. See, watch. You come out there. Watch what this does. You can just walk over here, and you literally can walk up here like this, and just walk, and you can see. I mean, I don't know from there if you can see that well, but like right here, you could come over here and maybe just look over there. Maybe it's not. I thought right there you could see better, but it's hard to tell. I was thinking right up here, but that's not a walking place, so I guess you couldn't do that unless you just stepped over a fence, got onto the roof. So I don't know. I guess he could have like came down here a little bit and just kind of listened, and you know, from here you could see probably through a little bit. Trees aren't solid like that, so you could see something from right there. But I guess we don't know what he was doing for those 13 minutes. I'm sure law enforcement has video of him inside that building, I would think. Hey, you guys, we know the way this worked was the rifle was disassembled and put in his pants while that's when you see him limping, and it isn't until he climbed over this wall right here that he put the rifle together, and he never disassembled it again. Okay? He did the shot, got up, and then he ran off the roof with it in his hand. And the reason it looks smaller is because you can't see the barrel of it. It's so thin. Sometimes his legs look like toothpicks on there, which are much thicker than the barrel. And so what most of the time you're seeing is the black towel kind of wrapped around, you know, some of the stock and maybe part of the barrel. Thank you, Steph S. Right, so you can see the stairs right there. See that? He literally went up those stairs to get to the roof to shoot Charlie Kirk. Isn't that amazing? Just that damn simple. And then we just zip through. Here's the 12 minutes or so. And now he comes out right here, goes through the door. And then those are the steps he went up. He walked just like this, walked up those stairs. But now it's closed down. But apparently if you go into that building, you can get up on to that roof. They didn't block that off. I think they blocked this off for maybe investigative reasons. I mean, who knows? Thank you, Even Cutting. Or Evan Cutting. All right. Yeah, so look. You can see these are the same stairs, right? See how they go up and then to the right up like that, right there, and then from on Google Earth, that's right here. See how perfectly you go up those stairs up to here, and then right there, these brown areas on the buildings people can go to. All of the areas that are brown from up in the air, they are places people can stand. So apparently that's a place you can go, I guess. Maybe there's a door there. I don't know. But these are places people can be. And there's a fence right here. It's just not rendering because it's so thin. And that's where he goes next. All right, so now let's go back to my video where it shows that. So he goes up there, and he makes it to the top at 12:15. So right now they can see him on that camera over there. Probably his head start to appear up here. And then he makes it over here by 12:15 onto this area, this brown area. I don't know. Let me see. That's just a light. I mean, do you think they're going to make a surveillance camera that big, man? Hey, why don't they just type in surveillance camera on the side of it? Yeah, that's just a light. Maybe there's another, yeah, there's another light over there. Something like that. I don't know what that is. That's just a pipe, it looks like. Maybe a drainage. Hey, surveillance cameras are supposed to be sort of, you don't notice them. I'm just goofing around. But let's see. Right, so now we're at the top of the roof. He makes it over here at like 12:15. And I have arrows that kind of, okay, so he makes it over to this area. He's just standing around, listening. Maybe he's looking at his phone again, don't know. And then I'm just going to skip it forward. And then right around 12:17, he kind of goes over this fence and then goes over on the north side of this wall there. It says it right here. At approximately 12:17 hours, the suspect climbed over the short wall and appeared to crouch down on the north side of the wall. See, I almost think that he doesn't go over this fence over here. He just climbs over this wall. I don't think he goes over that fence. I think he goes over this wall. The other document says he climbed over a fence and then crouched down. I don't know, man. This makes more sense. He goes over this wall. I don't know why he'd go over that one and then over here. I guess maybe that's easier to climb. I don't know. So he's here for 5 minutes. And then right around 12:22, he gets up. And then I have an arrow that shows he goes from here all the way back to that corner. He obviously doesn't run over there. He goes like that and cuts over. Hey, thanks, RNFNR. Yeah. Let's see. Brown areas on... Well, yeah, because you can't... See. Look at Charlie Kirk was speaking that day. Okay? Why would there be people standing over here? You can't see the area. So this is like the last place you'd go if you wanted to go watch Charlie Kirk. Everybody was over there, not standing over here. Like I said earlier in the show, it was a perfect scenario for the shooter because everybody's there watching Charlie Kirk and nobody's paying attention to this guy that is way behind the scene over here doing something different. They're all over there watching Charlie Kirk. They're all focused in on that. That was more of a security. People would be looking for something like that. That makes sense?
To be gay, it is not legal. Like, people love...
Lacey, what I just said? Hopefully you say yes, and that way you don't have to keep doing conspiracy. So look at the time here is like 12:22:31. He's ran over there already.
Love to...
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot too, and I just believe that they still should not be mass murdered. Their children shouldn't be killed at the age of 0.
We also don't condone Hamas either. We don't think that's all right.
We're not supporting terrorism.
And this video, by the way, was like 2 seconds off. See that? Like way off. So I had to fix the audio and put it back. Like when this guy right here does a little boo, shivers. I put the boom just before that, and it seemed to match up with his lips better, this guy here.
Say that one more time real quick.
We also don't condone Hamas. We think that genocide's wrong.
Getting right up.
And look at it. Yeah. So right around this time, 12:22:53, this guy is crouched down, ready to shoot.
You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that.
So there's somebody on the roof right there?
And then he describes where the person came from. Okay?
Just saying. He just ran from...
And you notice how this little window moves around? That's because I stabilized each frame so you could just focus in on him.
Where's my finger?
See, look at he goes.
From over there, ran.
Yeah, from over there. And so what that guy's doing, he is right here, exactly in this position, looking up right over there, and he says the person's running from the right to the left, which is exactly from where these stairs are over here. Goes up these stairs, and he runs across right over here to this spot. See, that's a verification sighting as well. Now it's 12:23:08.
And I was right there.
We appreciate you. Love you.
Are you gonna go down and see the... get closer? Or are they like restricting you guys up here or what?
Nah, it's too crowded.
It's just, there's just so much.
Before we had a flag and we had it, so it was positioned above the tent, so it would be in the camera. And made us move.
What was that?
Oh my God! He just got shot! Holy shit!
So the shot was more like at 12:25, I think. I mean, the guy who filmed this knows exactly what time it was.
Holy shit!
And see, look, I mean, I think this is really accurate here. And I'm basing it just on the timing, this part, because we don't have anything synced up, but wow.
From over there, ran in.
12:23:09, 10.
We appreciate you. Love you.
Are you gonna go down and see the... get closer? Or are they like restricting you guys up here or what?
Nah, it's too crowded.
It's just, there's just so much.
Before we had
His lips are a little off again.
a flag and we had it, so it was positioned above the tent,
That's
so it would
close.
be in the camera. And made us move.
What was that?
So that was at 12:23:23.
Oh my God! He just got shot! Holy shit! Holy shit!
And look, this is the same time frame. See how everybody's like ducking? Yeah. So that's him getting up and running, right? So that means he needs some time to move to get to, like, right there. See that? Like, he's right there at 12:23:36. So the shot definitely took place at 12:23 something. It isn't like 12:22, because he's running from over there. And if we go back as far as we can go, let me go to this video. Yeah, so you can actually see him right there. See that? That's him. Way back there. Not just over here or anything. The shooting took place. Let me take a look at what that looks like. All right. Okay, see the spot right there? See that? Can you guys see what I'm pointing at? Right here? That's this. Right here. This thing. See that? Same shape. It's just kind of rotated a little bit. And then you can even see this corner of that building is right there. So see how that's what we're looking at. So the shooting took place based on that. Let me see if I can get the exact angle here for the... So if we're at this camera right there, and yeah, it's looking over like that. Oh yeah, see that little green sign back there? That's right on it. That's crazy. All right, so the shooting position was right there. So how long do you think it would have taken for him to stand up from there and be here? I would say like 8 seconds or something, you know? Like maybe even less. Hey, it did, Aaron. I'm sorry for your ignorance. You're being willfully ignorant. Bullshit, the shot came from the front. You know, it's what's more bullshit is that people like you, okay, the shot came from the front. All right, so it's right over there. That's the corner in this shot. And he ran to there. So let's use Google Earth again to get that and draw a line across, because we can see, let's see, just looking at this image right here from that camera, and then that thing here, so it's just a little right of that, and you can see it. That's where I have that 12, 23, 34. So let's see what happens if I go to here and click on that. Yeah, so I think that's it. I mean, yeah, just right there. So that's not a very far distance. Let me measure it. Yeah, it's hard to do. Let me turn off. Let me go to a different year. Get rid of the 3D thing. It makes it hard. Yeah, it's 100 feet, or it's only about 35 yards. I mean, hell, you could do that way quicker, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, 8, 7 seconds. You know, standing up and then running maybe makes it 8, something like that. And so if we go back to what I have here, let's see. So it's 12/22/49.
You think the genocide's wrong?
Get right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that.
Yeah, Thomas Crooks.
So there's somebody on the
right
roof
there. Look at that, crazy.
Just saying. He just ran from over. Where's my finger?
I'm good at analyzing the cases, Joe. That's why I'm good at it.
He's right there.
Yeah, so there
we appreciate you. Love
Are
you
you gonna
too.
go down and see get closer? Or are they like restricting you guys up here or what?
Nah, it's too crowded.
It's just, there's just so much.
Before we had a flag and we had it, so it's positioned above the tent, so it would be in the camera.
Yeah, so 12/23/23. So the shot, it could be like a 12/23/26 or something, but that's where I have it here.
Just move.
What was that?
Oh my God! He's the best shot! Holy shit! Holy shit!
You know, he was probably up and running a little quicker than I just had it right there. But well, actually, let's just see that timing though. Maybe it is close. Hold on.
Be in the camera. Just move.
What was that?
Oh my God! He's the best shot! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Right, so that was probably right when I had that video of them saying "Holy shit." That's when this probably took place, because that's 12/23/30, and then 4 seconds later he's gone 30 yards. That'd be a pretty high, quick sprint. So I would say that this is really, right here would be like 12/23/26 or something like that. Well, actually, you know, I don't know, because now it's actually 36 that I pick it up at. So, you know, 6 seconds. I think that's totally doable to go 30 yards.
There's been a shooting. There's been a shooting. We heard shots. We heard shots.
So it's just really obvious, right? That Tyler Robinson is the shooter here. When you put it all together, it's almost astronomically low odds that it's something else. What? Oh, I read it like 5 times, Aaron. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I totally misread it. Oh, I thought you had like a comma in there. Okay, sorry about that. Aaron Burke said, it's bullshit, without capitalizing the next sentence. That's what threw me off. Said the shot came from the front. It's bullshit the shot came from the front, right? And the reason I saw it that way is because he didn't capitalize the T in the. It looked like one continual sentence. The bullshit, it's bullshit the shot came from the front. Well, what they said, it's bullshit, period. Or it could just, or a comma or whatever, and then it should have been, I don't know, man. It should have said the shot came from the front. We get it. It's just that you didn't capitalize the sentence, so it looked like one sentence there. All right? So they were saying, that's bullshit, the shot came from the front. I agree. Another example of misreading something because of the way something's written. That's right, Lanky Tor. All right, so he was saying the correct information. I think we'll end up seeing pretty much everything. God, too many people with the same letters. You guys. I did the same thing again. How many Aaron B's can there possibly be? It's crazy. Right. All right, let's see if we can get 5 more channel memberships, you guys. Then I'll donate 5 myself. All right, see if we can do it. Okay, Aaron, do whatever you got to do. I just explained it to you. You didn't capitalize your second sentence, so it looked like you were saying a sentence. But do what you got to do, man. I'm not going to spend all day coddling you. Where did he leave the screwdriver? I think he probably left it on the roof, because that's where he reassembled the rifle after taking it out of his pants. I know. Isn't that amazing? I mean, like, his own parents recognized him, and they convinced him to turn himself in, and he didn't really want to. All right? Oh, even your maiden name's a B? Okay. Let's see. Well, I mean, the autopsy results will... Yeah, I mean, I'd love to know what... get all this stuff out there about trajectory. Maybe there was a deflection at some other point, but what I do know is that Tyler Robinson's the shooter. So if it did tumble, maybe it hit something and ricocheted up, and we don't know. None of us know. I'm just going with what we have currently. And he's the shooter. Yeah, and the grandfather recognized the gun, everything. You're watching it, though. I don't know what that means. Let's see if we can get these 5 memberships. The full video eventually. Yeah, we'll get to see the whole thing at some point. I think it's so obvious what we're going to see. You see how this looks right here? See this guy right there? That look? You're going to see the same person limping on the ground right over here. Walking this direction. And then you're going to see... It's probably going to look more like... The full video looks like this. The thing is law enforcement can pan to the left. They can look at 360 degrees, but of course on the screen you just see in one direction, and then you can pan it because it recorded 360 degrees. You see that? So it would turn looking to the left. You can turn to the right. So this camera here, look at what it can see. He's walking right like this around and then goes through the doors that are right there. Goes right through those. And you'll see him limping doing that. And then later they'll be able to pan over more and you'll see him come up the stairs that are just off to the left over there. It's crazy. It's just so easy to, the concept is simple to understand. I think people are, you know, what I say is willfully ignorant. They intentionally just don't want to hear anything because it doesn't fit what they want to believe, so they choose to ignore it. All right. Thanks, Lanky Tor. Yep, Lanky Tor is one of those people. We don't agree politically, but we are buddies. She's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. You should see in the comments. It's always such nice things. Let's see. Hey, thanks DJ for the coffee over there. Right. I don't understand why people are confused here. Listen, I mean, let's go back in time. Everybody out there, if you're confused, listen. He was walking. Well, you know, interestingly, we see him earlier in the morning in this general area. One time he's walking like this. The car drives up here. So I bet you he's parked up here somewhere. Not far, though. Because how far are you going to want to walk with a barrel of a gun down your pant leg? So while he's walking down the street before the shooting, at 11:45 right there, then 11:48, 49 really, about in this position, and he's walking with a limp the whole time, goes up the stairs with a limp, walks over here with a limp, walks over here with a limp, goes into the building with a limp, walks up the stairs here with a limp, and then he makes it right here, and then after he stood up from there, there's no more limp. He runs from right there to the corner and shoots. Let me get, I like the 3D version better. Makes his way right here and fires, and look at this shot angle. It's absolutely perfect. On the very first show, when we were just trying to guess, I thought it was right there. Sorry, you guys. I was off by 10 feet. So it was right there, and then boom! That's where the shot came in. Candace Owens, if she's talking about a tunnel, think the shooter came up this little trapdoor thing here. It's like an opening that goes into somewhere, and they escaped there because she's a lunatic. All right, she's right up there with the clown in the Idaho 4 case. You know, basically, if you see Candace Owens, just play this music. Maybe this one. Hi, my name is Candace Owens. I'll peddle any conspiracy theory as long as I get the same 2 million views I get on a daily basis. I'm absolutely loving it. My God, everybody! The income pouring into my channel, covering these conspiracy theories, makes it so I'll never change again. In fact, I'll be covering conspiracy theories for the rest of my career because you suckers love it! Wow! There you go. All right. All right. All right. What are the chances you guys can get those last 5 channel memberships amongst all of you? It's not difficult. Let's do it. It's $25 worth of gifting. Maybe somebody in here that can't afford it will get a free membership. And then I'll donate 5. So that'll make 10. I'll match your 5, you guys. Yes, you too can watch the Candace Owens Show and learn absolutely nothing of value for an hour. She's, oh my God. This video right here is the one I made today. Is sort of like the currently the quintessential video to watch on the case. Like if you were watching it, you'll know exactly what he was doing, where he was moving. You know, of course, there's time frames where we don't know how long he stood at the top of the tunnel. We don't know what he was doing from 12:02 to 12:15. Yet we see him coming out onto the roof, which will be in the documents and the surveillance footage at some point. Well, there's Megsy, all right, and then there's Pammy. There's 2 of them. We need 3 more, you guys. And then we'll see if we can get... so if you're not a channel member and you can't afford to be a channel member, just make yourself available. And we can, you know, the freaks are buying channel members, and I'll do 5. And so if we do it, we'll get 8 more coming. Yeah, and nobody's required to help support the channel. I just have to ask and try to make it happen, because if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, you know. You know, hey, there's Lisa Belson. All right. Thank you. Man, so generous. And then here is 5 here. I mean, you should see it. Like, I was watching the show last night, and literally people were just sending in super chat after super chat after super chat after super chat asking questions. Nobody seems to do that on my channel, where it's like you're sending in super chats to ask questions, and that's kind of what they're for. And I'm not sure on my channel how it didn't turn out where people do it that way. It's just sort of a... I don't know. I mean, I think it'd be great if we had that going. If you guys have a question you want me to talk about, then send one in. You'll jump right to the front of the line. I know, isn't that crazy? I mean, there was this like endless stream of super chats, asking questions, making comments. I guess on my channel, though, it's not as... it's like we're just doing over the facts, so... It's hard to jump in with a conspiracy. Everybody wants to get their conspiracy in, and oh, what about that angle from the guy with the shirt, right? Yeah, and so you want to type it in, but over here it just doesn't fly. So people are like, oh, okay, I had something I wanted to bring up, a conspiracy thought, you know? Because we're currently at Super Chats only 107. That's pretty low for Super Chats. It seemed like he didn't answer the chat except for the... Right, yeah, that's how he does it. That's how you're supposed to do, is you only respond to chat if there's Super Chats. That's how you're supposed to do it, because that's what they're for, is to have a chat and then you discuss what they bring up. But I kind of like just chatting with you guys anyways, so it makes it... I'd have to change everything and go, okay, you guys, I'm not responding to any comments at all. Even if you say Gray is the greatest human being on the planet, I'm not responding unless it's in the form of a super chat. Yeah, it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? No, I'm not going to. I don't think I could do it. Yeah, but if you send in a super chat, I'll go right to that question. Do we have any from the ones that we have got that are... No, they're just like positive things, you know. There's no questions. Hey, look at Grant said Gray is the greatest human being on the planet. But it's not in super chat form, so I shouldn't have read it. Yeah, we currently... Hey, Lanky Tora, the only problem is lately the true crime genre has turned into a place where you kind of have to cover the next hottest thing or nobody watches. It used to be, when I first started doing live streaming, I was one of maybe 5 or 6 people doing it, and I could cover anything and people would be watching. But now they jump over to another case. Oh, because they're familiar with it. Everybody's more familiar with the popular cases. So if you covered... You know, Joe Schmo missing person case, They're like, yeah, I want, you know, what's Tyler Robinson doing today? Kind of sad, but it's the way it is. Oh, God. Ugh, Jesus. Evidence of AI. There's no AI, man. Strange chair. Yeah, come on. There's no AI, man. I'm waiting for my super chat questions. Where are they? Okay, there's one. Gray's the best rapper. That's not a question. Doom 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 diddle doom doom. Doom 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 diddle doom doom. Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. Yeah, I can do that whole thing. Hey! Yes, I'm saying Tyler had the rifle in his backpack at 9:57 a.m. and placed rifle into his pants, up his back. Well, we don't know if it was no, we don't know if it was in his. I don't agree with that at all. I think he got back to his car later. He's not going to spend that much time. I don't think he had his backpack anywhere around him at 9:57. I mean, the gun. He just had his backpack with him, just as another prop to make him look. Look at. Don't you think somebody would look suspicious walking on a campus with nothing? Like you were just walking down the street. For example, if he didn't have a backpack, who is this guy? You'd look at him like, who, you know. It's sort of like if somebody's sitting on a park bench. I brought this up before. Yeah, he's trying to look like a student. That's what I'm saying. If you're sitting on a park bench and you're smoking a cigarette, nobody cares. But if you're sitting on a park bench and you have nothing and you're staring, you are a psycho. You are probably a predator of some sort because you're doing nothing. You got to have a book. You got to have a newspaper. You got to have a cigarette. Looks like you're contemplating as you're... Yeah, you know. But if you're just sitting there like this, looking around, you look like a nut job. All right? And everybody would notice you at that point. So this guy has the backpack. He's walking around. And he's doing some earlier surveillance. And then it's when he gets back to his car later is when he shifts into putting the gun in. I'm sure he's already has the gun separated before he even traveled there, to be honest with you. He only used the screwdriver to put it back together. Thanks, RNFR. Do you think... Look at you guys. Wow, a question in a super chat. Hold on. Let's see, this one. Not that one. Not that one. A question in a super chat, everybody. Up and away. Hey, very cool, man. Let me do that again. Do you think he found the open access roof that AM during the prep walk or prior? You know what, he could have done all this on Google Earth and then checked out how to get there later. Like you know, we're moving around over here. You know, who would think, though, a pair of set of stairs would go to the roof? I bet you he was there prior. I think he was merely that day just kind of surveilling where things were being set up, that kind of thing, walking around, making, you know, just sort of looking, making sure he's familiar and comfortable. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he didn't walk through the tunnel earlier in the day, if he didn't practice that entire route that he took to get to there. Maybe even scout out where he's going to, the dump site for the rifle. That kind of thing. Yeah. I think he'd been up there before. I think he definitely walked up these stairs at minimum and just kind of walked back and forth with his backpack. Probably had his phone out, texting, you know, made it look like he was doing something, walking around, and he just saw it and he goes, okay, this is it. And then he left, eventually came back, walking down, went through this tunnel, you know, the whole thing. It's crazy. I mean, if you drew it, it'd be from, you know, like this, right there, and then right like that through the parking lot, and then he comes out right there, and then up, around, goes in there. We don't know where he went inside the building, then goes up the stairs, makes his way to right there, hops over the wall, assembles the rifle, runs over to the corner, shoots, runs this direction around the backside. It's kind of interesting that he chose to run behind it, you know. I mean, not interesting, just kind of stupid, right? I mean, it seems like you'd want to be over here as quick as possible. So people over here, when they're looking up, don't see you. But, you know, he kind of goes like that. I guess he's already out of sight, even right here. So that's all right. And then this blocks the view from the street. So I guess it's not that stupid. All right, so he runs over here, climbs down, and then he runs over here, puts the weapon in the woods, and then from there, he makes his way, you know, however he did it. He's running, walking over here, and he sprints this direction, and he's going right back to where his car is. Now, the reason he went that way is because there's a fence right here. He could, I thought maybe he could have cut there, but there's a fence. So he came over here, and I guarantee you he walked this direction. And he went back to his car, wherever the hell it was. Somewhere over in that area. So, thank you. All right, now let's go look at this then. They said the front pocket. Why are you guys watching those people? I don't really get it. Yeah, it's not the butt of a gun. That's his cell phone. You know, this picture right here. I think this picture right here, to me, proves that the barrel is not in the front part of it. It's not going down the front. That's his cell phone right there. He just put it in his front right pocket. In fact, you see it again in this picture. There it is. That's his cell phone right there. And this picture right here also has the cell phone right there. And I think the gun goes down the back of his pants. And I think he's using the backpack to block the sight. I don't think the gun goes... I mean, it could go up the side of his leg, I guess. But I don't know. I think that's it right there. You see that little thing that sticks out? That could be like, you know, the iron sight or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. But that's where I would expect the end of it to be, right behind the knee there. And then it probably goes up the back and then underneath here. You know, so you can't see it with the backpack. So, like, there's that one YouTuber who's, you know, it was a great video because it shows how easy it is to put the weapon inside, but he has it in the front, and I don't think it's in the front. Because this guy has kind of tighter ish jeans. They're not totally tight, but they're tighter than, I mean, you can see they're loose, but they're not really baggy, right? The butt of the gun was right. Yeah, so you're the second person that watched the same garbage. You should be watching my videos. Like today's video hardly got seen comparatively at all. Weird. I'm just going to tell you, none of the people doing these crazy video analysis stuff are going to be accurate at all, but it sure works. Okay, when I'm talking about alternate bullet trajectory theories, meaning it's coming from some guy shooting under his armpit without really aiming and hitting him right in the neck. Right, well, why bother, though, Megsy? That's what I'm trying to say. It was like, what's going on? I mean, you know, have some discernment. All right, guys, if you're out there, if you could help support the channel, that'd be great. We're just kind of just barely hovering above the point where I was able to donate the 5 memberships. We just keep having these huge lulls. I'm not sure where the lull has become sort of a regular thing lately. I mean, basically, we have one person that without, you know, Lisa Belson tonight is like really made it so we're made it somewhere. I mean, we wouldn't even be at the goal. Even close, really. The guy kept using Paramount Tactical's name, and I thought he was credible. And you're not talking about the same guy that was on there. I don't believe in that guy at all. The guy that was the guest on there yesterday. I've already seen that guy's videos, and they're just, you know, he's lost his marbles. He's all over the place. Right, and channels that don't see, Joe just typed in this. They are making money pushing these conspiracies, and then my channel doesn't do well as well. You know, I mean, it's doing better this month than some months, but doesn't do as well because we don't push that over here. So you guys are the antidote, man. Yeah, I mean, see, he talks about the body armor, and I think he was trying to explain how it looks like a bigger wound, you know, like the entry wound is too big. But that's where I come up with, I think it's more of the, like the bullet was slowed down, and it was tumbling a bit, and it still hit the target. And he doesn't think, he thinks it would be way off the target. It wouldn't even hit the target. It'd be like way away, and I don't know if I mean, he's more of a, obviously he shoots all the time. But I've seen other videos online where it still hits the target, just not exactly where you were aiming. You know, it's like a knuckleball in baseball. You know, it still goes there, but it's up to, there's no rotation force on it. So it sort of moves around, kind of like that. That's why people throw those knuckleballs. The ball doesn't spin at all, and it's sort of up to any kind of wind variation, and it moves a little bit. Right. I think a lot of them are using that as their selling point, Cyber LA. Yeah. I don't know who started that, John. That's just a thing. People keep saying that over and over and over and over and over again. Because they think it looks too small to be a rifle. Up there. That's why they say it. But here, let's just do this again. I think I'm gonna make a video. I'm just gonna make a video just on this. I'll put it out tomorrow. I mean, these people are crazy. I mean, I can tell you exactly what he's doing. Here, I'm gonna throw that filter on there that I had before. I like that one. All right, guys, we're still lolling out. What's happening? Man, it's wild. Unbelievable. Oh, that one might be kind of cool. Let's see. No. That one changes pixels. See right there. He's putting the rifle wrapped in a towel down, and it's at an angle too. So, you know, everyone thinks like that's, oh wow, that's shorter than what a rifle would be, but we're looking at this at like a 45-degree angle. So you have to rotate this to the right, and that would probably extend it out to here. Now we don't know IFV. I think it's an old gun. Had probably a lot of use, and he fired it, and it started tumbling after it was already out there a little bit, and aimed for the head. It hit him in the neck. A neck isn't a place anybody aims. So look, he's putting it down, wrapped in a black towel. It is appreciated, Lanky Tor, but nobody's, I mean, very few people are supporting the channel tonight. I guess the work just isn't valuable. So look at right here. There's two different things. I mean, look how clear you can see it. This is just so obvious. He's right leg, and then his left leg goes down, and then he grabs the, let's see, does he actually grab it with his right hand? It's interesting. So it's laying right by on the roof, but look at right here. Watch right there. You don't think that's a rifle, for God's sakes? I mean, look at this thing. Look at it, all the way up there. That's not his arm. His arm is right here. See, you can see his arm. See, that's the rifle. And then he's moving it down. Now, see right here, this whole thing right here is a rifle. That whole area. And the barrel is so thin that you might not be able to see it. Hey, thanks, Gucci Flip-Flops. I'm 100% agree. Stream's got 5,000 viewers, but then shit ton of nut jobs and theorists. Yeah, that is true, but they also get a ton of super chats from those nut job conspiracy theorists. So those channels do really well, and I'd like it if the people with common sense would support my channel when we do the shows. You know, isn't that more worthy of being supported? Unfortunately, we only get 350 people watching because we're not... If I had a title that said, oh my God, second gunman verified, you know, oh shit, man, I'd have 6,000 people watching. So again, if you guys want to support a channel that actually does it the right way, this is the one. But based on how we've been doing, I don't think that matters. All right, so look, can you not see that item right here? The black towel wrapping around something. Now he's hanging it down by his right leg, right? And then he lets himself down, And boom, hits the ground. And you can see him in the reflection there. Hits the ground. And then gets up. But when he hits the ground, look at right here. That didn't drop or anything. That's the rifle. And he moves it kind of to his right side. And then he realizes, oh shit, my glasses fell off. And by the way, what's this right here? What is that? So if you listen to that one nutjob YouTuber out there, he's probably another, ex-special forces guy, but he doesn't think he's even wearing a backpack here. So see it? That's the backpack, right? Really obvious. Then he reaches down on the ground with his left hand and picks up sunglasses, likely, that were... Somebody in the chat mentioned that, and it just totally makes sense. And right here, that's the rifle again in the towel. And there it is again, the rifle in the towel. Can you guys see that or not? I know those guys don't want you to see it. And there it is again. And there it is again. And see right there, you can see it. There's the towel. He's got it in his right hand. He's running with it. And then we're panning out. Or I guess we have to do this part again. And then eventually we get to the one where... I mean, you can edit. There's 3 of these, so I got to go to the last one. There it is. Right here. Conspiracy loons can eat it. By the way, the Idaho State Police just posted 600 more. Oh, really? Where? Send me a link to that. I've been checking all the time. I even went today to look at that. The Idaho State Police. Is that it? No. Oh, see, I looked at this today. And it just still had 3. Now there's a 4th. God dang. Hold on. That's so crazy. I looked at this this afternoon even. Alright, hold on. I gotta make a folder with it. I check that every single day, and even today it said 3, and now there's 4. That's funny. I just want to see. Are these related? Oh, that's the tire marks they were looking at. But look, they turn like that. I bet those weren't related to anything. Maybe we'll have to take a look at these in a minute. You notice how a minute ago I said, hey, isn't this the type of channel that needs the support? But man, like I said, you guys want me to switch over to conspiracies? Hey, Alexa, I'll just do it the way I want to do it, alright? Alright, thanks. Alright, here we go. So we're moving around. And now we're on to the last one. Why does it keep doing that? I think it's... Get off. Jesus, this is ridiculous. Alright, there we go. I mean, can't you just see this? What else is he doing there? He's pretending there's a bull and he's like, Zorro! It's ridiculous. Look, that's a gun right there. A full rifle. Okay, now, does he have part of it back here, over there? You can't make out the barrel because it's so thin at some point. I think that might be the barrel right there, that little line that you see. See, right there, just that little moment there, you see it and then it's not there. You see the towel, wrapped in the towel there. I mean, look at this. Watch. What do you think that is? He's just flinging around a black towel for the fun of it. And look. I mean, hell, what about that right there? Look at that. That's not his leg. See, he's struggling. He has it on his left side now because he's trying to hide it from any vehicles. But see that right there? There it is. I mean, have you ever seen anything more obvious than this? And the reason it's even more obvious is circumstantially, in the woods that they tracked him walking into, they found a black towel that was wrapped around a rifle. Do you get it? It's both of them. He's got everything. He didn't disassemble the rifle after the shooting. That's why it was together in the woods. See, like right here, I think that's the towel. And then that really thin thing right there, that's his leg. If you can believe that. I mean, it seems like it is. Yeah, see, look how skinny his legs are now. So how would you see the barrel of a rifle? This right here is the rifle. And those are his legs. It's crazy. And then now he's got it under control. It's still right next to his side now. And then he makes his way across the street. See? And they follow him right into the woods, over here to the right, just off camera there. And he puts the rifle and the blanket in the woods. All right, and then you go up here. All right, so we saw him just right there, and he makes his way over there, and apparently the rifle and the towel are in this wooded area right there. Isn't that just obvious, you guys? And we know it's true because he even mentioned in his text messages that he left the weapon in the woods, and I think he even mentioned a towel. You know, it's like it's right there. It's obvious. Did you see the new conspiracy where they say the shooter can't see Charlie's head under the tent from the roof because of the angle looking down? Those are idiots. Okay. Yeah, we already saw that a week ago. Yeah, it's definitely false. Here, I'll show you. Might take a minute. That one. Here's how you know that's bull crap. See that? This is actually higher. He's down lower. And see that right there? This image right here proves those people are full of crap. Because Charlie Kirk is sitting right back there. His head isn't up in the tent there. You get what I'm saying? I mean, that's stupid. You know, he's sitting right there. And his head's probably right where the mouse is. And this is actually way higher in the air. You'd be on the ground, prone position, and even have a lower angle. You see that? Does that answer the question? I think this debunks those people. They just won't show this image right here. Hello? Well, see, all you guys do is talk to conspiracy theories. So I explained something in here. I need responses from people listening instead of keep talking to the idiot conspiracy theories that show up to every one of these shows, all right? Just quit, you know, it's just waste of time. You're not going to get through to them. You're the same mentality as hard left people who, it doesn't matter what you say to them, will never change their mind on anything. Nobody was aware on the street that a shooting happened, that he was walking by out there. Not a soul. This is literally, he's already across the street within 45 seconds of the shooting. None of those people driving. Nobody knew anything. He planned this out. Actually, it was clever how he planned it out and was getting away. You know, some of the stuff's idiotic. I mean, he's on a lot of cameras, and he left the gun in the woods because he didn't want to walk back to his car with it because he had no time to put it back in his pants and disassemble it. Raspberry Rose, we see him running on the roof. It's him. They tracked him. His parents recognized him. The person his parent there. Okay, here's how it works. The person the parents recognize, they tracked on camera all the way up onto the roof. And that's the same person running off and then jumping off the corner of the roof. And then placing a gun in the woods. If you can't see that, you're an idiot. That's just the truth. I don't know what else to tell you. That means your high school, college education, grade school, they all let you down. You got absolutely fleeced. You should go demand your money back immediately. All right, you guys, let's see if we get, we need another 5 memberships, and then we'll go over to the images in the Delphi case. If not, I'll just review them, make a video or something. All right, we're just really, that's the goal. All right, so let me set up the goal up on the top here. All right, we're going to end this goal that we didn't meet, and we'll start another one. Idaho images, not Delphi. All right, there we go. I just said Idaho, fool. You heard me say it, right? All right, here we go. Yeah, the educational system let him down, right? All right. We got the Idaho 4 images coming up. If we reach that goal in the next 20 minutes or so, we'll go ahead and switch over to that. If not, I'm going to go start working on a video. I think these people just get their kicks out of disagreeing with you. Probably. Yeah, well, give me a minute to correct it, Lexi. So you're just like what I was talking about the other day. When people go, if I say something, I go, let me see, what's that? 1, 2, 3, what's the next number? Oh yeah, 4. There's already 19 people typing in 4. It's like, just pause. All right, guys, we got to reach the next goal. We'll move on to the new images. That's what they told me to do on YouTube in my meeting I had. Set goals, set little challenges. We're still sitting there. It can be 5 memberships or 5 $5 super chats. Don't all get started at once. Lost his car keys and had to go in to see the police as he set a strange pattern with... I'm not going to YT handle. You're just incorrect. All right, there's RNFNR. There's one. We need 4 more. Equal person running on their... They have an image of him walking up the stairs, Raspberry. They have him walking up the stairs. They have him walking across the roof. They have him climbing over a wall. They have him running towards the corner where the shot took place in prone position. They have him standing up in that position and running off the... If you make another comment like, Raspberry, you're intentionally disrupting the show. You're not using logic and common sense or reason. You're acting like a nut job, okay? I've explained it to you so many times. I don't want to do it anymore, and at this point, it seems like you're intentionally disrupting the show, and I'll have to time you out, okay? You sound like a crazy person. Your brain doesn't work right. All right, so we're going to have to put you on timeout now. Maybe come back tomorrow, all right? Maybe tomorrow, give it another whirl, as they say. All right, you guys, we need 4 more channel memberships, and then we'll switch over to the Idaho 4 images. If you're not interested, let me know. We'll just go, we'll do a show tomorrow and see what happens. All right, I gotta get moving along. Better than being removed. Right, well, if you're interested, we got to get the other 4 channel memberships gifted. All right. So if people are interested, that's what the goal is, to get to that. I'm already extended way past the time, not reaching the first goal that I set up. Let's see. Imagine people like Raspberry. I know. It is scary. Now, listen, the backpack he's wearing is the same backpack he's wearing. It's the same. He's just wearing backpacks. I guess it's possible he has a secondary backpack that he used after he put the gun into his pants, so it's a different backpack. I don't know, man. It's just such a ridiculous... It's like, who cares? Yeah. Alright, doesn't sound like it's happening, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Alright. Thank you for Alley Cake, Marvin Guns, Wild Bill Wassman, Chicken Wing, Marvin Guns. Then we had Sandy Shirley, Michelle H. Plus we're at 2 hours and 52 minutes. I was going to stay on for another hour or so going over those, but I'll look at them myself. Michelle H., Alley Cake, Linda Howe, Tater, DJ, Megsy, Suzef, Lisa Belson gifted 10, and Sandy Shirley, Mason Windu, Philip, new member, then Suz F, and Alley Cake, RNFNR, then Kim, not your cup of tea, RNFNR, new member, then Lisa Belson gifted 10. I'm going to go. Listen, you guys, I got to use my time judiciously. It seems like more and more you guys want me to do shows where I'm just talking and presenting for hours and hours, and it's just lull city, and it's like a miracle, okay? All right, it's just crazy. It's like, would you do work? Would you actually do your job and have that same mentality? I don't think so. You wouldn't sit there for hours and just, hey, everybody. Yeah, I appreciate the low support levels. I know there's a couple people that supported the channel amazingly. Oh, look at Lisa Valenzuela at the buzzer. Okay, so now we got to do it. But I'll just say thanks to everybody, and then we'll do that. Bruce Holdaway. And I'm not sure why I can't. I got to reset this, I think. I was in chat asking if you cover her son's case. Well, just send me a link. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, just send me a link with the information. We're right in the middle of something else, KK. I don't know if you saw that or not, but... I can't see what you're even referring to. Sorry. I still can't see anything that Barbara wrote. Just send me an email, though. Yeah, that's something you just let me know off the air, okay? Right, well, like right when we're in the middle of something, you just have her send an email. You don't need to interrupt the show. And all right, so we got Gucci Flip Flops, Mark Ferris, Alpha of Sales, RNFNR, Lisa Valenzuela, Joan Four Wheeler Blazik, Gucci Flip, and then we had RNFNR, and then Bruce Holdaway up there. Then I gifted 5. I'm going backwards. Lisa Belson gifted 5. She did 25 memberships. So thanks, Lisa Belson. you made it for us tonight. Pammy Megsby, then Mason Windu, then RNFNR again, Evan Cutting, Steph S, Sazef, Jess F, Bruce Holdaway, Lisa Belson, that's her other 10, then RFNR, Kim Not Your Cup of Tea, and then RNFNR. They did 2 20s in a row randomly. Alley Cake, Sazef, Philip, Mason, Windu, Sandy Shirley. Okay, I think I got everything going backwards. And then over here we had 10 on Cash App from Dark Watch. And then I think we had a coffee from DJ. And oh yeah, Ivo did a PayPal, a cat eye PayPal, and Mary. All right, thank you guys. All right, here we go. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Ashton. You're just, throwing up with UTC this and UTC that. All right. UTC 6, but should have been UTC 7. As if you've made any other comments prior. Yeah, thanks everybody. We got there. We made 1 goal tonight. All right, let's do the right here. $25. No, tonight we did. We gifted. When I say we, the channel 53 total. Or some of them were people who bought memberships. All right, here we go. This is the Idaho 4 case. This must be the driveway. I don't know what this is. God, they're so into that. Like, those are the tire tread marks, I guess. I wonder if they're ever able to match him to his vehicle. Yeah, see, I'm just zipping through them. I don't know who it was that said to skip to 115, but I'm just going through them anyways. They're kind of boring. Just the way I would just naturally do it. Alright, so now these are newer ones. There's the, oops, that looked like the DoorDash bag there. Maybe. I don't know. Is that the DoorDash? Looks kind of different. Probably is. Yeah, I use UTC all the time. We use it for, when I use 3D Studio Max, that's how it determines it. It's just basically the same as GMT. Very similar. Yeah, but it says 11:32 on it. What are you talking about, Ashton? The shot, or what are you referring to right now? Nobody knows what you're referring to. You get it? Like, you're just saying things with no reference of any kind. These are the little palm prints, as if Koberger... I guarantee you those are not his. Nor are they even related to the case. Man, I hope it's not just a bunch of this crap right here, right? What do you mean Panda Express? What are you referring to, Philip? What are you talking about? I have no idea what is Ashton Lee talking about. Anybody know? What do you mean the bag? What does the bag have to do with anything? What are you talking about? What's at 11:32? What are you referring to? I'm about 2 seconds away from blocking. I can't do this anymore. Alright, so this is inside the house, and those are the stairs that go upstairs. What about Panda Express? The bag? Oh, okay. It's a different meal somebody ordered? Alright, so there is the slider right there. It's so weird because that looks like the same window. I mean, if that's Panda Express, where's the DoorDash bag? I thought she got Jack in the Box. So there's the cups right there, right? And then you go to this one, there's the cups right there, and that's Xana. She got Jack in the Box. It's the same bag. Why would it have Panda Express and Jack in the Box on the same bag? I don't know. It does kind of look like Panda Express, though, from that back. So we've seen some of these already. And that's a McDonald's cup right there. Yeah, it's just like they just keep putting out like the same damn... We've already seen this one. Doesn't that make you kind of angry? Like they're just the same crap. This is upstairs on the 3rd floor. And these are the refrigerators just outside of Madison Mogan's room. I have the body camera footage though, you guys. The body camera from Nunez that doesn't have Law and Crime's logo on it. They finally sent it to me. Cost $30. Hey, thanks, RNFNR. What am I supposed to be saying there? Can you give me any idea what that stands for? RNFNR. Right now? Effing right now? I don't know what it means, man. And thanks everybody who's helped support the channel tonight. Appreciate it. It's just, man, it's been such a struggle these days. It's crazy. Man, there's already an Elantra parked there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Lose a lot. Oh wait, it's a Chevy Cruze. Never mind. Forget it. Or whatever it is. Rock and F and roll. Hey, I was close though, right? I was like, I had the F in there, Rock and F and roll. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. I don't know why couldn't figure that out. Anyways, thank you. Appreciate your support there. It's weird. It's like we already know this case so well and have the 360-degree camera. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to... Isn't this the one that would show the mysterious glove on the ground? Wouldn't it be sitting right there already? the miraculous glove. Okay, 196. That's Sigma Chi. That's how steep it is. Hey, thanks, Mushy Mystic. Yep. I am grouchy. I have to admit. But I liked, you know, last week I didn't really have to ask much on the show. That's what was better. I hate having to ask for support. It feels like it should just be natural, but it never is. I always have to go, hey everybody, here's what we're doing. Yeah, this like ladder, I don't know, you know, it was always there. That nobody used it for anything. Well, they never said that they were his, but they took about 100 photographs of it. I'm not sure they were his, because the tires turned sharply into the front parking lot. I think that ladder, it was there though. And they left it there forever. So this might be interesting if they go around the side. That would show the blood. But yeah, I could see them not putting it in there based on how they've been. And look at those are the footprints. They're right there. Yeah, I lost some pages. Look at right there. And then, yeah. So you could just park it there and walk down. And that stump, is that what the one? See, that's where I thought, right there. See where this white car is parked? Look how easy this is. You park there and you walk right down here and go around. And if you're not familiar, this is the case of Brian Kohberger, who killed 4 college students at Moscow University, or in Moscow, Idaho, at Idaho State University, at 1122 King Road. Yeah, they'd say it was AI generated. So it's interesting they are showing that angle that I told you guys. See where that white car is parked? That's where I think Kohberger parked his car. That's interesting that they took that photograph. It's like they were looking at that. Isn't that cool? That's exactly the spot. You go there, you step down, and you're right down and easy to get in and out. And they're filming it again. Why do you think they're doing that? Multiple shots of that, and even right there. That's one of the retaining walls. And don't forget, look at the legendary Linda Howell up there. I think she's the longest. Lanky Tor's up there too, but I think Linda Howell has the longest membership, maybe. And it's Linda Howell of, remember Art Bell? She's the lady that was on there. Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they did that. They had those footprints in the snow. I don't know if they did foot impressions. Anyways, you know, it's interesting that they're kind of looking around this side here, isn't it? Yeah, that's exact right there. Look out. I mean, again, just from this angle. You park right there, you walk here, you're already at the screen sliding glass door level. You see that? Hey, you're supposed to type in, Linda Howell, all your spacecraft, your the cow, and the corn. Okay, come on, that's your, you know. It's not really her, Christine Jellybean. I just goof around with that. Oh, there it is. Alien, spaceship, cow, corn, circle. But yeah, I always like Linda Molden Howe. I think it's Howe. We just joke around with her. I know. I used to watch Art Bell all the time, right? That's the thing. Yeah, I mean Art Bell was probably the best radio ever. Radio talk show host. So I always play this one and go. I pretend it's Art Bell. Watch. From the green forests of the Pacific Northwest, I bid you all good evening, or good morning as the case may be. Tonight we'll have a special guest, Linda Molden Howe. She'll talk about the crop circles and the latest cattle mutilations. And then, to top off the night, we'll have Richard C. Hoagland. And he'll tell us why we haven't been back to the moon in 70 years. Maybe not 70, but yeah, whatever the hell it is. 50 years. So there you go. That's Art Bell. Used to love that guy, man. It's almost like they're, you know, theorizing that he came around like that. That's cool. I don't know. I'm not sure what's up with cattle mutilations. Maybe it's aliens that like beef, you know? I mean, who doesn't like a nice steak? Gotta be reptilian, though, right? These are different photos, but they're, you know, at this point, I need information. You know, these photos are getting, they're just sort of, yeah. Yeah, probably half those leaves are from all you guys walking up and down the stairs. Probably because the summer was just prior to that. And they would hang outside and drink beer. See, all of this is just absolutely meaningless. First floor bathroom with Bethany Funk, utility room, ding, 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 ding. None of this is valuable whatsoever. How do you know, Gray? How do you know Koberger didn't sneak into the utility room? All right, so there's some more. Those are 4 hangers outside of Bethany Funk's room, which is right there. I have a 3D model of the house that I'm not loading up. Was that inside Bethany? Where is that? I don't even know where that is. Bethany Funk's room? No. Oh, that's inside the utility room, looking out. Okay. Let's see, does that make sense? Is the door open on the left? Yep, okay. So that's in the utility room, looking back out. And now we're heading upstairs. That's probably like a Coke. In fact, I bet you anything. Which one is that on? See, this one was standing up earlier. I'm just wondering if there was coke in that. Let's see. Let's see if we can... Actually, I think that one's on this level here. No, let's see. This one. Okay, the two cans. Let's go back. Okay, the two cans. So they're on this one right here. But it is a party house. That could be anything. And look, yeah, Doc Martens right there again. Everybody's got those, I guess. Is that one of Madison Mogan's? I thought both of them were in that picture in her room. But they've moved things around. Like that backpack right here was over here. And looks like this is sort of early on-ish because, well, they've moved slid the table over to the left. It was straight out of the hallway there. But notice how all the cups are still standing, even after they moved it. Hey, David. Shut up. Jesus. You guys are so stupid. It's almost unreal. We've gone over this so many times. Koberger is absolutely locked in. And guess what? He admitted to doing it. All right. You're at the top of the stairs. I wonder if there's any... I don't see anything. It seems like they're avoiding any blood of any kind now. So it's like, what's the point? People want to see like what happened and try to figure out where things occurred. You know, some of these shots like this, what does this mean here? Why do we need to see this? Oh, I see. He was joking. Okay. Well, if he's joking, that was a good one. It was pretty deadpan, dry humor, but you have to put LOLs when you're doing chats because you know, you can't read dry humor on somebody's comment. Yeah, it's not out here. It wouldn't have been in these areas, the spatter. It's pretty much isolated to the rooms. Yeah, we just were told it was a joke, David. Hard to tell, though. You got to put your little LOL. Oh, you're the one up above who said, imagine if the video footage of Koberger doing it. Then I should have. If I could have linked the two, I would have known you were joking. Like I said, I probably shouldn't just even comment to people in the chat. All right, let's see. Maybe we'll move over to the super chat model. Just kidding. I won't do it. What do you mean, who was attacked? What does that mean? I don't get it. Let's just look it up. Brian Koberger, the Idaho 4 murder case. These are images that just came out. This is also in the living room. Good vibes. There is blood right here, apparently, on this table. So, sorry I didn't recognize your joke there, David. You sounded exactly the same as the Probergers. Like literally the same. So it was hard to detect humor. So this table was rotated where it was straight off of the door there. And that's the hallway that leads to Xana Kernodle's room. Yeah, it's just... And that's the step down. Dylan Mortensen's room's right on the left. Kitchen's over to the right. Stairways straight ahead. And a little linen closet over to the right. See that? See, there you go. Kitchen straight ahead. Linen, or not a linen closet, a pantry. And then stairs that go up. And those are the stairs that go upstairs. And they're upstairs are only going to show probably the refrigerators again. That's the look from right outside Dylan's room back into the living room. There's the kitchen. There's the footprints outside by somebody. Man, what a crappy image dump. What do you think, Lisa Valenzuela? It's just kind of the same. We've kind of seen these things. That's 1119 and 1127 right over there. That's where the headlights were hitting when the vehicle drove around, and this is the one that is at the end of, when you go down Queen Road to get to King, it's right in front of you. I was kind of wondering what that was right there. Probably ketchup, given that it's a kitchen. But they did say that there was some blood or something in there, in the kitchen. I didn't ask. It wasn't butter. I was looking at the little red dot on the counter. You must have missed it. Obviously, it's butter. This would have been really good to have for just to use to, build the model in there, to have all the different things. But some of it's just not really relevant anyways. So finally making up this, let's see, maybe some of these have, there should be drops of blood, you would think, from the knife somewhere. They did find it, but it's hard to see. Yeah, so depending on when these photos were taken, right through that wall are Madison Mogen and Kaylee Gonzalez, both on the bed, found dead, and a knife sheath was found next to them that had the DNA of Brian Koberger on it. And then just to the left over here is a room that it's Kaylee's room, but she wasn't in there that night. She was kind of laying out on the bed with Madison over here, because they were just calling Kaylee's boyfriend on the phone to have him come over and pick up, what was that? A vape or something, a vape pipe or something. She just wanted to see him, basically. That's probably Madison Mogen's stuff, I bet. Actually use that as a clothing area. That's funny. There wasn't? I thought that I heard them say that there was some kind of blood. I never thought there was blood in the kitchen, but I thought there was a mention. Anyways, I'd have to go back and find the particular thing that I read. I don't even remember anymore. All right, well, there you go. That was it. That's the last one. 602 photos. Nothing even, I don't know. For me, it's just like the same as all the rest of the ones. The only ones that were ever sort of interesting were the ones that showed part of the crime scene. Because you gotta, then you could at least try to figure out where people were. Those need to be released, redacted at some point. Alright. So anyways, you guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Thanks for supporting the channel. Got to that secondary goal at the end there to go over all those images. And we covered, obviously we covered the Koberger case. Still waiting for more, I want evidentiary information to put out there, but currently they haven't put out anything extra. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, hey, YouTube Handle 3, you sound exactly the same way you sound in the Charlie Kirk assassination. Even though you're joking up there, you sound exactly the same. So just realize that. No, the tire tracks I don't even think are his. That doesn't even, they turn into the driveway. Doesn't make any sense. Anyways. I mean, they measured them because they thought maybe they were his, but we have no indication that they're even his. If they are his, then that'd be interesting. But maybe we'll take a look at it again tomorrow. I don't know. I'm tired. Anyways, thanks everybody for being here. We'll see you guys later. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector. flag rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Gregor's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his pector. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temple fucking checked ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work.
Hey, Asher, you wouldn't have a better feel for the house. If you see, I have a 3D model that I built. That's when you know exactly what the house looks like. You know, I don't have all the items sitting around, but if you watch my 3D model videos, you'd know exactly where everything was. Really simple. Kind of a basic house. But anyways, thanks everybody. See you later. And be safe out.